Greetings, Inquisitor. I'm pleased you found this holocron. For anyone who's new to the channel, this is an update of the Darth Loquitur account. I make a video every week showing all of my progress, where I spend my credits, how I develop my characters, which characters get gear upgrades. And today, you'll see a character go straight to Relic 7. You'll see a Zeta go on to Kenobi. You'll see me do my mod work. And we'll talk about the plans for the coming week, what I'm going to farm, how I'm going to continue to build the account. So with that, let's jump on in here, see what we've got going on. So for today's update, Jedi Anakin has all of the pieces needed to get Gear 13. Congratulations, Anakin, on your new upgrade. Now we want to take Anakin all the way to Relic 7. For anyone who doesn't know, I do plan to build the Sith Eternal Emperor on this account. Relic 7 Anakin is a requirement. So we're going to go in here and we're going to make the pieces for relicking all the way up to 7. We need a lot of these circuit boards. I'm not exactly sure how many we need, so I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to put piles of different gear in here until we have a lot of circuit boards. And we're going to make 274 of them. Similarly with the bronzium wiring, this is a newer account. I've been farming for a long time. I have a lot of extra gear from the farming that I did for almost 6 months. So at this point in the game, it's not too much of a problem to find plenty of stuff to break down for these lower level materials for relics. We'll continue to do that. We'll go down here toward the bottom, and these items that we have 700 of, we'll take them down to 300 or 400. For things that we use, we're not going to use up too many of them because we don't want to suddenly find ourselves out of Mark IV stun guns or something like that. So we'll be a little bit modest. We'll take them down to around 400, and we'll get a whole bunch of bronzium wiring. Then for the chromium transistors, I've talked before about Ugnaught and using the armor. You can also use this Blast Tech weapon mod. I happen to have been farming a node that's more convenient toward the Blast Tech weapon mod. So that's what we're going to make. And we are going to make a ton of them. And again, if you go in here, you use this trick, you're going to see we're going to have so many chromium transistors that is not going to be an issue for our account for a long time to come. We'll have plenty more relics that we'll be able to do with the amount that we're getting out of here today. So 60 total completed items. We'll take it over there. 394 completed chromium transistors. That puts us at almost 500. For the Erodium heat sinks, we need 60. And we have these Mark III hollow projectors. Remember, only use the completed units. You get 10 each for them. The Electrum conductor is probably the hardest piece. It has a really bad exchange rate compared to a lot of these other pieces. So we're going to have to put a lot of materials in here in order to get to 40. And we do need 40 of these to go to Relic 7. So we'll get everything in there and get 40 of those. And then for this, 50 of these Mark 12 HoloLenses will make 10 Zinbittle cards, and that's all we need. So then we go back over to Anakin, and we just start clicking this Amplify button. There's Relic 2. And you can see at the bottom, we have the signal data all prepared as well. So as we go up each level, we'll just consume those items and continue to relic up. When you get to 5, it'll ask you again if you want to upgrade because you're using rare materials. So we say yes. Now we're going to amplify again to Relic 6. And then one last time to Relic 7, and you'll see from those materials down at the bottom that we had that planned out just right for those higher level materials, and they all go to 0, and the signal data is all, gone, and we end up with a Relic 7 Anakin, Jedi Knight Anakin. So then we have to work on his mods, and I've been working for 3 weeks on trying to get good mod sets for the offense, and I want health on the circle for Anakin, so I'm doing something a little different this week. Instead of selling off all my gray circles, I'm selling off all of the gray circles and green circles that have protection, and I'm keeping all the gray and green that have health. So then we go in here and we start working on mods. A lot of frustration. We get to this health mod over here, health triangle, and it's not a very good mod, but we're going to hit it to see if we get speed, and we get 2 bumps in speed, so that's pretty good, and we'll lock that mod down. And then we keep going. Every week we do this mod work, and I pretty much just farmed mods for 7 days. I didn't really do too much with the slicing materials. I got a few slicing materials from events in the game and other things, but didn't really farm too much of it directly. So this week was pretty frustrating in terms of offense mods. It's the 3rd week, and honestly, even by the end of this, I didn't find a set that I was comfortable that I could say, yes, this is good offense mod set. We're going to 6-dot and start slicing up the 6-dot mods. So it's been a little bit bad luck on the RNG. Here's a mod that we get speed on. Again, it's not the greatest offense mod, but we get 13 speed, and we're kind of looking at this mod, and we say, okay, we could probably put that in. It's a little better than the one we've got, and let's use our slicing materials on this one and see what happens, right? Because we got some slicing materials. We get a hit on speed, we go to 17, we get a hit on speed, we go to 21. That is a finished mod at that point, 21 speed. 22 is as high as it'll ever go, so it's not the best finished speed mod that we could ask for, but hey, anytime you get 5 rolls in a speed substat, you got to be happy with it. So in spite of the frustration with getting my offense set completed, I did get that mod with a whole bunch of speed. So at least we can have an offense set that is going to generate a bunch of speed. And then we got this one, again, a health mod. We get a bunch of speed upgrades, and you see there was a bunch of +3s. So that mod's not that great. It got 4 hits, and it's only at 16, so it averaged 4 for each roll. So again, not the greatest, but hey, it's a 16 speed mod, so we're pretty happy with that. And then we just keep working through all of these gray and green mods. We did some slicing there to, not a whole lot of success. And we just keep going around, and we end up with this mod set for Anakin. That's pretty much the best we can do with what we've got. Now, I really want to stop farming offense mods, so I think what I'll do this next week is kind of go half and half. I'll still do some offense mods, but I feel like I really have to get back to farming speed mods for speed subs. So I'll split it this next week, farm a lot of mods, and work on speed. So we do end up slicing the bottom mod there, and then we're looking for any mod that's better. And now we're going to try to find a mod. We do have 14 of the materials to slice a 6-dot mod to the next level, to green. So we're looking for the very best mod that we can slice up. So that one's on Stark. We really can't slice a mod that's on a character that's not at least gear 12, because you can't put a 6-dot mod onto those characters. So what we've done is we've sorted these mods by speed, and we're looking at all the mods that are not arrows that have speed subs. And in the end, we've got this diamond with 17 speed. So we're going to go ahead and put that up and slice it to green, and we missed the speed. But that's okay. We can try again a couple more times to get that 18 speed up. And hopefully we'll get a 4 or a 5 and make that 22 or 23 speed. Here we're taking our Anakin's ship up to 6 stars, and we're going to take this Surge All Power skill to the 8th level here. And you can see that ship is a ton of galactic power now. So we got a lot of galactic power in Anakin and 65,500 on the ship. And it's not even 7 stars yet. We still need the 7th star on the ship. So it'll be something like 72,000 galactic power when it's finished, I think. So that's a pretty good ship now. We can do some damage with that. Vader is quite close to Relic as well. He's got 3 out of the 6 pieces ready to complete. And out of the other pieces, they're mostly complete. So I just need the purple part for that I can buy out of the shard shop. I need one piece there, and I just need the handle there. So Vader is very close to Relic, and it's a consideration if that's what I'm going to work on next week or something else. So here we've got Kenobi. We haven't even activated him yet, but we've got the Padme team up and running. We're at 926,000 galactic power. We have room to go up to 1 million. So we don't want to go past 1 million because we do want to play in each division on our way up. So we want to play in Division 9 for the next Grand Arena. So we're going to hold on to our galactic power and play that. So Kenobi, we're going to level him up. Get him as many gear tiers as we can, and we're stuck at a really low gear tier because we need this green data pad. So for whatever reason, I don't have any of those. So in it goes. It may very well be that I crunched those up when I was getting bronzium wiring for the Anakin relic. So I may have gotten rid of all those for bronzium wiring. No big deal. We farmed up a couple of them out of fleet, and we want this Zeta for the Padme team. And right now, Kenobi's not going to be big enough to be much of a threat with that. But, we definitely will focus on his levels. So we do put the Omega on Lead the Charge, but we're not going to put the Omega on his Negotiator or on his Basic. We're going to save those Omega materials so that we always have those when we're trying to put Zetas on. For a mod set, eventually we might want 3 health sets or 2 health sets and an armor set, something like that. But right now we've got a lot of speed mods and we have speed to work with. So I don't mind putting a speed set on him. It's fine. He won't be quite as tanky as he needs to be. But we'll change his mod set out later. He's got some good health bonuses here and just some general mods to make him a little bit more effective in what we're going to do with him. So the rest of the account, I am lacking stun guns everywhere. Every character here needs a stun gun, it seems like, or stun cuffs. It's really crazy how many stun cuffs I need. So we have one set of stun cuffs that we can put on a character, and pretty much as soon as we level up one, we're going to lose all of the green pluses on everybody else. So we're really trying to decide which character it is that's going to get this set of stun cuffs before we farm up the next set. And if you look at Kylo, we got one set and we need 2 sets because he needs a set there and at the bottom. So we can't do Kylo, and it's been a long time since we worked on Tarkin, so it's probably about time that we pop him up a couple levels to help the capital ship. So we go ahead and give that set of stun cuffs to Tarkin and bring him up another gear tier. And that's just for fleet. That's for fleet arena and for, making the executrix better. So here's the Hound's Tooth. We really can't do much improvement on that this week. That's another ship that I really want to, I keep an eye on it and I keep hoping that there's going to be some improvements. All right, here we're going to take the new Galactic Republic team that we've got going out for a spin. We can take a look at what Jedi Knight Anakin does in this team. So at this level, it's pretty much a bomb team, right? Because Anakin gets triggered when people go below 50% or die, and the rest of the team is prone to dying pretty quickly. So you can see there, he gets a big hit as soon as Ahsoka gets taken out. Now he's going to take a couple turns. He's going to work on Kenobi. Now Kenobi's below half-life. Triggers Anakin. He gets to go. Padme gets to follow. And then Yoda's going to do his Yoda things. Give everybody some buffs. Kenobi's dead. That allows Anakin to go off again. Now we're going to get a bunch of courage stacks with Padme and just wipe out the rest of the team. So it's, eventually you want that to be a good team that's strong and no characters die. They go below 50%, trigger Anakin, and they get healed back up. But for where it's at right now, that's a bit how it works. You're just setting off the nuke every time you tick off Anakin. And then Padme does have the opportunity to heal up a little bit. So if we take this into the challenge for this week, this is a tough challenge. I struggled with this one because of the damage reflect and the fact that you also start out with reduced health. So it really makes this, I found, difficult to complete the feats on. So I don't know how everybody else felt about it. But the Padme team is pretty good at these kinds of things. So here you can see we're just using a lot of our characters to get health. And we're going to let Anakin go off. We're going to wait for a character to get killed or get below 50% health if that's the case. But it's not really happening, so we go on the offensive there for a couple attacks. Now we're putting up the retribution. And Anakin's hitting hard enough by now, and we're getting some health back with that buff. Now he can go. And you see as soon as he gets triggered from Kenobi, he does double damage on that big attack, and he just swats everybody down. Now, for the Galactic Challenges, I find that there's a huge difference between Tier 4 and Tier 5. And maybe it's about the speed, but look at that. The same Relic 7 Anakin, the same double damage, the same everything, and he barely touched their health. Now he attacks into 5s, and he does nothing. And he attacks again, and it's not even hurting these characters. It's like, a 1/6 of the damage he did on the last one. So, and of course they've got tons of damage and tons of speed, so they just wreck the team. So, and I probably shouldn't do the area effect like that when they have retribution up, but it gives you an idea of just, where that team is at. And once I get some more relics like on Padme and Kenobi, then it'll be a lot easier for us to deal with the higher level tiers in that Galactic Challenge. So that's the hope. So the big question for next week is, do I relic Vader or do I work on Padme? So Vader is one of the Sith Eternal requirements, and he adds a ton of offensive potential as a solo or maybe a duo for a Grand Arena. We're already using Vader to good effect in the Grand Arena, and we could be even more effective with him if we were to pop him up to relic level. Now, the problem is I also want to develop that Padme team as my arena team and as my main offensive team for the Grand Arena as well. So I kind of have, the Sith Eternal program going on, but I really do kind of want to finish out that Padme team to a pretty good level so that I can do more stuff other than just the PvP and Grand Arena. And in the end, I counted up among 18 characters, I need 21 sets of stun cuffs right now. It is crazy how many stun cuffs I need. It's ridiculous. So I think we're going to work on Padme first. I don't really have the signal data and the materials to Relic 7 Vader anyway, so even if I got to Relic, I really only got enough stuff to get him to Relic 3. So I'm not going to rush it. I think I am going to work on Padme first. So over the course of this next week, I'm going to try to get a gear tier or maybe 2 on her. Farm out those Chirotechs, see what else I can do with some stun cuffs for the week, and potentially get her to gear 10, I would hope, at least. And maybe get some of these other characters going as well with their stun cuffs. And right now I'm on track where I'm kind of relicking one character every 3 weeks. So Vader is close, but I'm probably going to relic him on the 3rd week. So week 27, this is my 24th week update. So my next relic is due on the week 27. So I'll just plan to work on my other characters until then and relic Vader when it happens. Now, if for some reason the game were to give me that finisher, then, I just click the button and relic Vader. But while I have to farm it, I'll wait to farm it until that 3rd week probably. So that sets up the plan for next week. We're same nodes as we've been doing for a long time: Queel, Piet, Bosk, Django. We will do the Chirotech for Padme and then stun cuffs. In Fleet, we're going to do Anakin's ship, Grief. And then I'm going to add a 3rd hard node over there with the Darth Scion because I don't need my Fleet energy right now for something specific. So I do want Scion eventually. I do know that. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of effort into farming him out of Fleet. And then all my extra energy I'm going to spend on the normal 3C in Fleet. That's that HoloLens that I used for the Zinbittle cards. And I want to stockpile those to make sure that, I always have enough of those in the bank, because they're used for relicing characters and they're also used for the Zinbittle cards. So that's where I'll throw my extra fleet energy for the next week. In the Cantina, I'll continue to work on signal data, and I'm going to drop Gideon for right now. I'm going to work on Marauder. And once I actually start building Gideon and start getting his gear going, then I'll circle back around and finish out his stars. I can unlock him at 5 stars right now, so whenever I do that and get started with that character, then I'll start farming him again. But I need the Marauder again for the Sith Eternal, so I might as well swing my farm back around to him and get him to 7 stars among my signal data farming. For mods, I'm going to split between offense and speed. Refreshes, still 3 on mods, 2 on regular energy, and 2 on fleet. And if I can get extra refreshes, if I get the days that I get top 5 in fleet, I can get the 3rd refresh on energy and fleet, and sometimes even a Cantina refresh out of that. So that's good. Out of the fleet store, we're still looking for Maul and Grievous. I think in this last week, I picked up Maul twice and Grievous once. So I'm really not finding these guys. They're really not showing up in my fleet store at all, but that's what I'm going to continue to do. And then, every time I get to 4,000 fleet currency, I always buy one of those Zeta materials out of there, and that helps me get Zetas faster. Everything else is getting shoveled into the shard store. I do have all of my shards for Cassian's U-Wing out of the Cantina store. And again, I'm waiting to unlock that. I don't want to rush that unlock and get a whole bunch more galactic power that I don't need right now. So once we start the next round of Grand Arena, I'll probably unlock that Cassian's U-Wing, because I do like it as a reinforcement, and I want it available in my fleet as we continue to level up. Then one last thing, I was thinking about this. When I was doing my week 24, I was like, man, that's almost half a year. So 26 weeks would be 6 months playing this account. And it feels like kind of a big milestone. So I thought, what could I do when I hit that 26 weeks? And I think what I'm going to do is just, for that particular week, next week I'll do a normal review like this. And then in that week 26, I think I'm going to do a long one. And I'm going to talk about the whole journey so far, double shard drops, what that's meant for the account, things that I did and shouldn't have done, things that I did that I like that everybody else can copy and feel good about, and what I've learned in the current meta and how that all goes. So hopefully that'll be a helpful one for people who are starting new accounts or who are still under level 85 and maybe doing some of the same kinds of stuff that I did. But we'll see. We'll see. Not too many regrets. I think the account's going well. I'm having fun with it. And I think it's an important thing, and you can see this on some of the other streamers that I like say the same thing. You have to balance the effectiveness of the characters with fun. And on the Loquitur account, I built those troopers. I relicked the snow trooper, and that is just fun to play. I really enjoy playing that team. It's a lot of fun. So don't forget, it's not just all about efficiency and building the very best characters. It's also about building teams that you can get in the game and have fun with and enjoy so that you keep playing. Because if you have to do something that you hate doing, you'll quit playing the game. And with that in mind, I got to remind everybody, farm your mods. And that may be something you don't like in the game, but honestly, that's the one thing, even if you don't like it, you got to find a way to like it. You've got to learn to like it somehow. Set yourself mini goals and keep working on it. All right, that's going to close off this video for today. Remember to deploy your like sabers. Put that through the like button, destroy that like button, get it out of here. Use a like drain on it, whatever you got to do, but get that like button out of here. Subscribe to the channel, share the videos with others who might like similar kinds of content. And join us over on the Discord. We've got a great Discord, a lot of fun people over there, a lot of questions getting answered. So if you're a new player, you're trying to get better at Grand Arena, come on over there. Take advantage of the people we got, get their advice, and see what that does for you. Thanks a lot. See you in the next Holocron.